Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Brendan, aka Cliff Jumper. Today we're back in a Mark IV. Go figure. A Mark IV that has issues? No, that could never be the case. What could possibly be wrong today? Let's find out. So today in the adventures of the 20-year-old Mark IV with 240,000 miles, it has been giving us what has been a long-known, well-known, well-documented Mark IV issue with the 1.8T that nobody's ever really figured out. So, of course, we're going to have to deal with it because it's just an issue. And that is the issue of boost surge. Driving along and the boost goes up, passes 10 psi, goes to 15 psi, drops down to 5 psi, flutters back up to 10, flutters back down to 5, and keeps repeating that process while you're under throttle. And there are many, many suspects for this issue, and we've been chasing them all. So I'll walk you through under the engine bay here in just a sec and show you what we have been going through. Let's do that. Under the hood of the 1.8T 20-valve turbo motor, there are so many hoses that are pressurized under here that you have to check to see where a leak might be. And there's even more underneath here, just all the way back there. So many things that you have to go through hose by hose, inspect every hose for wear, physically squeezing them and feeling them to see if there might be a break somewhere or a rip. And where we found an issue was back underneath there. There's this metal hose that is a metal crossover pipe that goes to eventually connect with the intercooler, but it comes off of the pressurized side of the turbo back there. And we found that right back here, there was a loose hose clamp. So the hose was just flexing and letting boost out. So that's the latest culprit. I also found a loose hose clamp right down here at the intercooler, so we tightened that one as well. Went through the rest of the system, did not find any other loose hoses. So I think it's ready for testing now. We'll go take it out on the road and see if it holds boost at this point. So now that I've walked you through what we've checked out, based on our last fix, we're going to test drive and see if we have sorted out that boost surge issue with this car. We did have that issue with the other 1.8T Mark IV Jetta that we have, and we were able to trace that down to a loose, well, a lot of loose connections. There's a whole video about that, so I won't touch that. But anyway, that Mark IV is working beautifully now, except for the AC that we still have to deal with. But we're going to check this one out now. We just found one massively loose boost hose, the one that comes out of the pressure side of the turbo and heads towards the metal intercooler crossover pipe above the hot side of the turbo. So that's all snugged down. We also went down and found a loose, well, I mean, it wasn't super loose, but it could be tightened, so we tightened it. Hose clamp at the intercooler connection from one of the intercooler hoses there. So now I'm gonna go put it under load and see if she holds boost the way she's supposed to. And the answer is no. She's still fluttering between 10 and 5 psi. So something is not happy with what's going on under the hood on the pressure end of things. It is, however, making a different noise now. I'm hearing more of a high-pitched bleeding of pressure when it does its thing. So I think we're closing in on the issue. We just don't have it completely sorted out now. Let's give it a listen. That definitely a leak somewhere as soon as it gets under pressure. I am seeing it getting all the way up to 15 psi. So we're approaching what is supposed to be the factory boost levels. I am not getting off the throttle when it is doing that. That is all happening on its own under the hood. Oh, yeah, that's kind of an issue. I guess we need to spend a little bit more time working on that and see what is going on under the hood that could be causing this boost surge flutter issue. It is very well known and very well documented, but nobody has ever really documented a good fix. On the online forums, people have suggested changing the N75 valve. Well, I've changed that. People have suggested changing the diverter valve. Well, I've changed that. People have suggested changing every valve under the hood that has to do with the secondary air injection and boost regulation. I've done that. I have checked all of the hoses for rips and tears and boost leaks due to age. That's not an issue. People have suggested that it's the software that causes it. Well, I've got GIAC programming in here, and while there is a street performance 91 octane, I think it's like a 22 pound of boost kind of program, I don't run that. I'm running the stock program because GIAC lets you keep a stock program in addition to 4 other programs. So I've got stock, I've got valet mode, which is a really fun mode because it just limits performance and it limits everything and it drives like absolute crap. Not that anyone would ever get into a Mark IV Jetta at a valet and go, ooh, this is a hot car, I think I'll go for a joyride. Let's just be real, that is never gonna happen. Maybe in an R32, maybe, but not in a Mark IV 1.8T Jetta. No valet is going, ooh, I have been waiting for this, I'm gonna go joyride it. Just would not happen. It also has a kill mode, which just the car won't start. It's basically all immobilizer you can't get rid of. There's a race mode for high octane fuel, and then anyway, so there's 5 different modes, and I've got it on stock. So it's gonna spike to 15 PSI and then bleed to about 11 PSI. That's the factory boost control map. But that's not happening here. It's spiking to 15 and then dropping all the way to 5 and then surging back and forth. That's not supposed to happen. So there is something amiss that we're gonna need to track down and figure out because it ain't right.
2 hours later.
So obviously our efforts to solve that issue today were unfruitful, but we're gonna pressure test it, and here's what we're gonna do. We will remove this main boost hose that goes into the intake manifold. We're gonna put a cap on that. And then we're gonna remove this main hose that comes in from the mass airflow sensor and the air filter. And we'll put a cap on that. And this cap will have the Schrader valve that we can pressurize the whole rest of the system. And then we can do the spray bottle with bubble water to see if bubbles appear somewhere. We'll know there is a leak from pressure there. That's one thing we can do. We also just listen. And most of the time, if there's a significant enough leak to cause these issues, we'll hear the sss of the leak as it happens. So we're gonna go get a couple parts from Home Depot so that we can make our boost pressure tester, throw that on there, and that will be what we do next to solve this issue.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to say goodbye. We'll be back.